Aye.
Hayden.
Aye.
Ty.
Aye.
Vernon.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. So public hearing is open, or do we need a motion to different than that though?
Nope, I think
Okay.
right now would be a good time to ask if there's any direct, any question, or I'm sorry, any public comment related to the public hearing. And then I believe, Mayor, that we might have been muted for the first 7 minutes of this meeting for those that are available online. Just to maybe if we finish up the public hearing, and if you would like to make those acknowledgements of the students after that time, I think that
Okay,
would be appropriate.
Sure.
Thank you.
Is there any discussion from any of the council on this? No, sir. No, sir.
And Kathy, we may just want to confirm there's nobody watching online that has a desire to make public comment, just in case there was any overlap in the being muted.
Not seeing any at this time, Maddie. So
Okay, I think, Mayor, you're good to accept a motion to close the public hearing, sir.
Mr. Mayor, I move we close the public hearing for the 2022 budget amendments.
have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Got a second? Call for a vote. Hayden.
Aye.
Ben.
Aye.
Sherry.
Aye.
Vernon.
Aye.
Ty.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Do we need a motion then to going back into regular meeting?
We do
Nope.
not, sir.
Moving on to item number 6, resolution 2022-66. A resolution approving budget amendments for certain funds as authorized by the Kansas state statutes annotated. I do want to invite or say hello to Tucker and Brooklyn. A couple of students that's tuned in tonight. Does either one of you have anything you'd like to say at this point? Guess they're not, guess not. Okay, so we'll go on and move on then to the 2022-66.
Thank you, Mayor. Maddie Wallach, Assistant City Administrator. And before we begin, if we could just have somebody that's on Zoom, just type in the chat, if just to confirm that they can hear us. We apologize for that audio malfunction at the beginning of the meeting, but if you wouldn't mind typing in the chat to confirm that, that'd be great. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Before you tonight is a resolution approving the budget amendments that were included in your packet. We reviewed those at the work session surrounding those items. We had a few new funds that were established prior to the budget adoption. We also had some capital projects that advanced in this year, and also the bond issuance that we had earlier in the year as well. And with that, I'd be happy to stand for any questions about this item.
Does anybody have any questions for Maddie on this?
Nothing after the work session. Thank you.
No. I think we're good, Maddie.
Mr. Mayor, I would approve, excuse me, I would move that we approve resolution 2022-66 for the budget amendments.
Have a motion to hear second.
Second.
You got a second?
Mr. Second.
Take a vote. Ty.
Aye.
Hayden.
Aye.
Vernon.
Aye.
Ben.
Aye.
Sherry.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Moving on to item number 7, resolution 2022-67. A resolution authorizing the implementation of roadway improvements for 2023 as a result of the complete streets inventory. You need a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I would make a motion. I'm sorry, what's their staff comments and other comments,
No, sir.
public comments or? Okay, I would make a motion after a long deliberate conversation and discussion at work session last week in regards to this topic. That at this time, we would approve resolution 2022-67, authorizing the implementation of roadway improvements for 2023 as a result of the complete streets inventory project.
Have a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
You need discussion? Not seeing any. I'll take a vote. Sherry.
Aye.
Hayden.
Aye.
Ty.
Aye.
Ben.
Aye.
Vernon. Aye. Motion passes 5-0. Moving on to item number 8, resolution 2022-68, authorizing the city administrator to approve Casey's Cereal Malt Beverage CMB license renewal, provided all requirements are satisfactorily met. I need a motion.
Mr. Mayor, this is Sherry, and I would move to approve resolution 2022-68 to approve Casey's Cereal Malt Beverage License.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion?
No, I want to say that I appreciate the staff coming up with this approach so that we can let Casey's move forward without any additional meetings, as long as they perform all the right due diligence.
Thank
We
you
trust you.
guys very much. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
I'll take a vote. Sherry,
Aye.
Hayden.
Aye.
Vernon.
Aye.
Ty.
Aye.
Ben.
Aye.
Motion passes. Going to item number 9, an ordinance relating to appointed officers, amending chapter 2, article 3, division 1 of the Code of Ordinances of the city of Basehor, Kansas, and repealing ordinance number 863. I think Michelle, is Michelle going to?
Michelle is on. She's going to take this item.
Hi, Michelle.
Good evening, everyone. My apologies, I'm not there this evening. As you can hear, been fighting a few fun things this week, so I'm just decided to do this remotely tonight. The item in front of you is kind of a culmination of some things you've already done over the last few months. If you'll remember back in October, I'm looking at the date there, October 26th, excuse me. At that point in time, you all voted at the city administrator's recommendation to add the city attorney position as an employee of the city on a full-time basis. As you're aware, for all time prior to now, the city attorney has been an appointed position by the governing body on a part-time basis, on a contract basis. That is now due to a number of things which has already been presented to you previously, but primarily due to the amount of work that's going on. The city feels that there's a need for a full-time position. As a result, this ordinance will take that position away from an appointed position classification and make it an employee, kind of officially do what you've already done. It's already in the pay plan. It's already been approved. This just dots all the I's and crosses all the T's so that the code book reflects what is reality. So effective January 3rd, once this is published, effective January 3rd, the city attorney position will no longer be an appointed position. So that's all this does, but I'm happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Anybody have any questions for Michelle on that?
No, and I do appreciate the discussion that we had at the work session and the deliberation we had at that point in time. So thank you for that, Michelle.
You're welcome.
Just one logistical question. Does that have an ordinance number? Or we could make a motion as listed?
You can make a motion as listed, and then the ordinance number will be added after the meeting this evening. That way we can make sure we get the next consecutive number on there tonight.
Perfect.
Before we move on, does anybody else have any discussion on it? Vernon?
No.
No, okay. Hayden, would you make the motion?
Yeah, sure. I sit with the clarification. So I would move that we approve an ordinance relating to appointed officers, amending chapter 2, article 3, division 1 of the Code of Ordinances of the city of Basehor, Kansas, and repealing ordinance number 863.
Have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. I'll call for a vote. Ben?
Aye.
Hayden?
Aye.
Sherry?
Aye.
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 Vernon? Aye. Passes 5-0. We'll go ahead and move on to 9A, and I'll let you explain, Hayden, what you want to do.
Yeah, so appreciate the council allowing me to pull this off. I just had a couple comments that I wanted to make after thinking about it from last week's meeting. And since this is energy related and I work at Evergy, wanted to mention that there's a energy assistance program and page, so people can search for Evergy energy assistance, and there's a couple of resources, some through the company, some external, that provide similar opportunities. And that also got me thinking about the possibility for donations to this program from fellow citizens. So I wanted, after talking with Leslie, wanted to take this opportunity to provide staff direction to pursue if there's opportunities to allow for donations from the community for these funds. And don't want that to be an extreme logistical burden or extra administrative burden. So if it's within reason, I think that'd be a nice opportunity.
We need discussion.
Yeah, I like that point there, because so many times, like, so many times people might want to help and don't know how to help or how to tie into the help. To the administration, would this be a separate fund?
So what I suggested to Councilmember Maples was once the council had an opportunity to have discussion on it this evening, if it was the prerogative of the council for us to explore that, which I think makes a tremendous amount of sense. I would ask Maddie and Christy to work with our auditor to determine if we need to have a separate fund or if we can include that in some other way, just to make sure that we're accounting for it properly. And then once we have those logistical details worked out, we'll certainly communicate the outcome of that to the council. And then if we're able to accept donations, I would anticipate we would include that in part of the announcement and rollout, both on social media, quarterly newsletter, and then we could also do it as part of the direct mailer with utility bills.
So unlike 501Cs or 501Bs, whatever, you can use those donations as tax deductions. Would that be an option available with this?
I would hesitate to give you an answer on that without us checking it with the auditor. So I'd really like to get a solid answer before I give you a response.
Leslie, if I might, when we were researching the donations for the mayor's charity fund, we were able to confirm with our auditors that under the United States Code for the IRS, those types of donations directly to cities are tax deductible. We included that information on the receipts for any of those donors.
Okay.
So they have that information.
Our last question is, are there any limitations to how much people can donate?
I mean, I think again, logistically, we'd want to make sure that if people are making donations for a specific cause, that we have enough need to support those donations. And that's what those funds, those intended uses, that's what it goes towards. So at this time, I don't know that we would establish an upper limit to that, but I think as we're working through those logistical details, that's certainly something important to consider.
And if the need does not exhaust the funds, do the funds get carried over to another year, or what happens to those funds?
Correct. So, I mean, I think again, Maddie and I would want to work with Christy and the team to make sure that those, similar to your capital improvement fund, they would just roll from year to year and be available.
So there's no way possible that those funds will be absorbed in the general budget.
If they were donated, no.
I'm done.
Yeah, no, and great questions and very good points.
Sherry, do you have anything?
I do not.
Ben?
I just want to say, great idea. I mean, way to think that through and really consider this. So on a go forward basis, are we moving to approve resolution as it stands, or would it be with amendment of?
I think you could approve the resolution as it's written, and staff certainly understands the direction that we need to explore how to make donations an option and then provide details on that.
Thank you.
And will they be able to donate to, I know there's 3 different items, to whoever they want to, say that I want it particularly for this one, or just put it into the fund itself.
Yeah, so I think, and again, I'd want to work out the details with Maddie, but I think just in the communication with Councilmember Maples, the idea would be that a resident or a business owner or anyone from the public could make a donation and they could direct to the city. I want this to go to the exterior grant program. I want this to go to the senior assistance program. I want this to go to the utility assistance program. Or if they don't have a preference, just say, I want it to go to the greatest need.
Okay. Ty, anything?
Discussion was great. I love it. Thank you all. And look forward to see it going further.
Since Maple brought up the fact that we have 3 funds, there was one that we did not include, and that was the business related one. The other cities, I don't think also included the business related one. But if we are looking at potentially making donations, would it be prudent to make sure that we had that specific fund set aside also? Again, people can decide where they want to put their monies, if they, depending on how you, how you guys set it up. But there were 4 possible funds. We're looking at supporting 3 of the 4 possible funds. That's why I'm asking about that 4th fund.
So during the presentation, we simply provided kind of an illustration of the different assistance programs that exist. We really did not explore from a staff level what different business support programs would look like. I think our thought was we would come back at a future date to discuss those in more detail. We'd want to work with LCDC and certainly our representatives here that attend to those meetings. We don't want to create overlap and redundancy in programs. And that may not be a desire of the governing body. You know, it just depends on certainly, again, kind of your policy direction. But I think for now, our thought is we have these three programs and assistance programs that we're ready to stand up, assuming that the city council is interested in pursuing that. And that's where I would start.
Hey, thank you.
Any more discussion? Now I need a motion.
Yeah, thank you all for the consideration. So I would move we approve resolution 2022-65 with the additional guidance provided.
Have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Have a second. I'll take a vote. Ben.
Aye.
Ty.
Aye.
Hayden.
Aye.
Sherry.
Aye.
Vernon.
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Leslie, before we move on, and that being said, I think that's a fantastic idea. I would like to take $2,000 of the mayor golf tournament to start that off with. And
Wonderful. Thank you.
moving on to item number 10, city administrators, staff reports. Chief, you're lucky number one.
Outstanding. Thank you, sir. Mayor and council, it is the end of the year and we are tying up those loose ends, trying to fill some empty slots. We can't find Johnson County money and we can't find love, but we didn't lose anybody to Johnson County. So we're doing good. Other than that, I would like to take a moment to thank the mayor, the city council, and the staff that I work with every day. 28 years being a cop, and I gotta tell you, Baser is the place I call home. It's been a transitional year for us as a police department, but I've enjoyed working with each and every one. Thank you.
Thank you, and we appreciate you being here too. So it goes both ways. So, Gene?
Hot mic.
Hot mic. Good evening, Mayor, Council, Gene Merkel, Municipal Services. Happy to report that we received our first order of salt. So both bins are full of material for winter weather. The guys have started building the lower office downstairs, the walls up, sheetrock, first coat of mud. So they'll be back on it tomorrow. We're meeting next Tuesday to finalize the lift station 100% plans that we did the presentation on. This will get us to the point where they can be submitted to KDHE. We are still actively working with the appraisers towards the 2 easements required from the property owners. And I'm going to let Maddie continue on, but I attended the government works days with the 3rd graders this week. And I'll let Maddie get more into depth, but that was very entertaining. So.
Yes, the mayor and city staff, we visited Glenwood Ridge Elementary for 3 consecutive days. And we visited with those 3rd graders. We talked about local government. We talked about what the city council does, what the mayor does, what the planning commission does, what we as city staff do. They had lots of fun questions for us. They even held their own elections. So they planning commissioners ran for election. We had a few mayors that got to meet the mayor. We had a few city council presidents, city council members. And then they had a zoning issue that they had to work through. So we had somebody that bought a piece of property that was zoned residential and they wanted to build a dentist office. So they had to go through that whole process. And it was just honestly a joy and an honor to be a part of that. And to echo what the chief said earlier, I just want to take this opportunity to thank all of you, including our city administrator, for everything that you do for us. I've worked for several governments in my career, and Baser sets itself apart in so many different ways, and it's just truly an honor to be here. So thank you.
Thank you.
I too did attend with the 3rd graders, and it was really entertaining and great to see all that young activity with them. And one of the best parts was at the end of one of the sessions, they said, can we do this again? So it was really great. And I would also like to echo my fellow staff and thank Leslie and all of you. And this has been a very exciting year. Looks like it's going to be an exciting 23. And I look forward to it and just hope you all have a Merry Christmas and great holiday and great New Year.
Thanks, Kathy.
Thank you.
Good evening. Hello. I also joined with the third grade activity. I tried to recruit for you all, but it wasn't looking good. So I did that. And then otherwise tracking the ongoing projects that are happening with the planning department and planning on sending you the new development map at the beginning of next month.
Good job. John, is there anything you'd like to say about the planning commission?
It's been an interesting year.
Thank
Some very good projects come through, some that didn't go as well as I'd like, but I think the staff has done an awesome job this year. Ensuring that what comes to planning and council is pretty well put together. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Is Christy on line?
She's not tonight.
Not tonight.
She's not this evening.
Leslie.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, I would probably just echo a lot of what everyone else has said, which is thank you for an awesome year. It's been a busy year. It's been filled with all kinds of projects and activities, and we've welcomed new people, and it has all been as a result of your ongoing and continued support. And that's really incredible, and we really appreciate it. I also just want to take a moment to thank Michelle Days. I'm really sad that she wasn't able to be here in person with us tonight. As we all know, we had a little bit of a transitional year in 2022 with our role of city attorney. And, Michelle came to us highly recommended from our very trusted partner, Pete. And Michelle stepped into our work seamlessly. She has performed tasks for us. She has aided us. And really has been alongside us at every step of the way. It's not often that you would find a professional who's willing to help you transition their role out in the way that it exists today, as well and as thoughtfully as Michelle has. And so I really think that's a testament to her professionalism and just truly her joy and passion for local government, public service, and frankly, working with us. So like I tell Michelle all the time, we have a ton of work here. We do not lack for projects. We lack for people to help implement them. And so I have no doubt that this is not goodbye to Michelle, but just transitioning to maybe different relationship in the way that we continue our work with her. So I just wanted to take a moment to thank her for everything that she's done to help us through everything that we're doing. We will be welcoming 2 new faces. And so our table is going to get a little bit larger. We're going to keep having to add staff spots here, but we will have our full-time city attorney with us at our meetings in January, as well as our new full-time planning and zoning director. That has been a long time coming. And so we're going to hit the ground running in 2023, but as I reflect back on 2022, gosh, it's going to be hard to top this one. So thank you very much. That's all I've got.
Thank you. Item number 11, council members report. Vernon, you start.
Well, I got a whole page. So do you want me to go last?
No, you can go ahead and go,
Okay, all right.
unless you'd rather go last.
Well, what time is it?
Good. Maybe we can skip by you.
There's been as the last month has been extremely busy for me. I attended this is November the 10th, attended the STP meeting as the chair. And we made our final funding recommendations. We forwarded them on to the committee that's above us. I have not, I was instructed to make sure that all the committee members knew that if the TTCP committee rejected our funding request, that we would have to go back into session and look at those items again. I have not heard that it's been rejected. Have you heard anything, Maddie? Okay, so I'm still kind of holding my breath a little bit. That is next to the final step for us being awarded the $5.2 million. Again, I have to thank, all the members that were part of this, even though I might have been a principal player, there are other principal players that contributed to this. So as soon as I hear from the TTCP committee, we will know if the funding's been approved from their level. Then it goes on to the MARC level, board of directors. We are fortunate and blessed again to have our county commissioner here, who is our representative on the MARC board. So if that comes through, we will receive that funding. There was also some controversy that I created at MARC by saying this is my final year, meaning that this is my final year of my elected term. So I don't know if I'm going to be reelected. So I'm just using that transitional phrasing so that people would know that, hey, look, if I don't get reelected, and I'm leaning toward filing again, but if I don't get reelected, we do need to transition me out of this role and transition someone else in. Well, Mark interpreted that I was done. I'm not done. I'll still be there until 2023. And at that point, we will go ahead and see what happens if I file again for reelection or if we need to go ahead and move with that transitional phase. Then I went to the next thing I went to was National League of Cities, which was November the 17th to the 19th. I think you guys heard me briefly talk about the local infrastructure hub. We're looking at distributing $650 billion. These monies are not dependent on the state, not dependent on the county. They're being targeted real specifically toward smaller communities. So we kind of fit in there. I had the opportunity to talk with Maddie a little bit and talk with the city administrator. I actually have a recording of the actual session. I would encourage if we can somehow get everyone to listen to that recording, then you can see where we can tie in and maybe pull enough monies to decrease our deficit, the $11 million deficit that we're looking at. So there's a possibility that we can do that. Also from the National League, again, it's just increasing our footprint. Now, I spoke to the executive director and asked him about what committees they thought we might sit on, the city of Basel. And then she gave a number of them. Then I stopped and had to remember I got to stay in my lane. And my lane is to give that information to the city administrator and to the mayor to see which 3 committees might best fit Basel and Basel's interests. So at some point, the city administrator and the mayor will go ahead and make a decision. These meetings are nationwide, so that we'll be on Zoom. We do not have to be there in person. But speaking of being there in person, next year, the city summit is going to be in Atlanta. It is November the 16th to the 18th. And I'm gonna put my application in now, even though it's near the end of my term. I still want to try to get to that. LCD, the Port Authority. The reason I asked the question about that 4th pillar is we have an application that's coming through the Port Authority identified as Project Brady. And they're asking the city to contribute like $46,000 to help with that project. So that's what I was thinking, is that something that we can use there to help offset, people that might want to come in and do a job. It's been my understanding that the city is interested or potentially willing to issue a letter of support for the project. We have always talked about bringing in businesses to the city of Basel, and we know that there's going to be a good viable business. But I was shy of saying that we will make any financial commitments because that's not in my lane. So when it comes to us, the Port Authority's resolution that was passed indicated that they would provide funding based on Basel's action. It's like, well, I don't like that. Just approve the funding, period, if we're going to do it. So that's in the resolution, something to look at for us to think about. That is not to put pressure on us. We're going to go through the same process that we always go through in terms of any business coming to Basel, but I do want us to take a good, strong look at that, and that's where that 4th thing was coming in. And then last but not least, the Honorable Doug Smith is here, and I just want to say that it has been a pleasure working with you. Again, I don't know what the future is going to hold, but would like to continue going to the MARC meetings as your alternate for the city of Basel. I think that's all I have. It's only 5 minutes.
Thank you, Vernon.
Oh, you're welcome.
Sherry.
Yeah, Tuesday, I went to my first Chamber of Commerce meeting. And then I also attended their Christmas party out at Falcon Lake, and they were both very nice. Then Thursday, I went to the Leavenworth County Economic Development meeting in Leavenworth, and that was a good meeting, very full house. I do want to say I really enjoyed the City of Basel holiday party. It was great. The whole event was really nice. So thank you for everybody's hard work on that for us. I do want to say to all the city staff and council that were involved in all the grant writing and submissions this year, thank you and congratulations for the success that you had. And I guess we may not get together again until January for our next meeting. So for everybody here and online, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. Have fun with your family and friends, and look forward to seeing everybody in the new year.
Thank you. Ben?
Well, with this being the last meeting, I kind of wanted to go last, but that's fine. With this being the last meeting, I simply wanted to say thank you to city staff for how wonderful you guys have been. I think as a council, we all kind of feel the same way, that we're lucky to have you. I know you guys say that to us a lot, that you're lucky to have us as a council, that we definitely see the same with all of you. And then I guess to the council individually, Vernon, this year, what you have brought to the city, both through your leadership, through TPA, the funds, the direction that you've given the council is unbelievable. And thank you. Definitely appreciate it. Sherry, for all of your hard work, your hours of dedication of going to many different things throughout the state. We definitely thank you for doing so.
Thank you, Ben.
Hayden, you've been a breath of fresh air. You truly have been. To have you on the council. You know, I learned stuff from you. You know, you're new to this and you're young, and I definitely listen to what you have to say, and I appreciate it. I like your ideas. So it's been great. Ty, I see you as nothing but a mentor. You do such a great job. The points you bring up are wonderful. And Dick, Mayor, it's great having you at the helm.
Thank you.
It's appreciated. So with that, starting to get sappy on the last one, and I'm breaking the mic. I knew it. But just wanted to say thank you. You guys are wonderful. You make it worth coming back week after week. So thank you.
It's tough one to follow.
I can't follow up Vernon or Shirley or Ben. So I'm just gonna say, thank you, Vernon. Ditto, Sherry. I agree with everything Ben said. Love you all. Merry Christmas. Hey, it's your turn.
Ben, I would have preferred you go on last too. No, but really, I mean, that's the same sentiment, right? Thank you all, especially for me on my first year. It's been so great getting to be involved with this. Thank you for all the support, mentorship as I join this role. So thank you all. Look forward to another year.
And I'd like to go back just a little bit. Michelle Days, I don't know if you'd like to say anything. I apologize. Not seeing your face in the audience. I forgot. I'm sorry. So would you like to say something? I want to just tell you first that we all appreciate everything you've done and look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate that. No, the reason you went past me is because normally I'm like, I have nothing. So this evening, I still have nothing official, no official legal info anyway. But again, it's kind of the evening of thanks, but I do want to extend mine as well. As Leslie said, I'm still planning to stick around, happy to continue in an ongoing role with the city of Basel. The staff is fantastic, which you all know already. I have never worked in a city where I've seen staff jump in to do something that's not truly within their normal area of responsibilities. as much as I've seen in Baser, and people do it gladly and do it well. So I'm really have enjoyed the opportunity to work with your staff. And then again, that relationship between staff and council is also very unusual. So have enjoyed that opportunity. There's a lot going on in Baser, and I'm super excited to continue on there. And I'm just look forward to seeing you all next year. But thank you for the last however many months of being your city attorney. And I look forward to meeting your new city attorney and working with her as well.
Thanks, Michelle. We appreciate everything you've done for us.
Thank you.
Moving on to mayor's report. And I have to follow everybody. That's not right. First of all, I hope everybody's been driving by the park and seeing that we got the new rock wall up. Things are getting together down there. Did they think that I doubt they're gonna get done within this next week, so.
We're still on track for end of year. I think they went through and reviewed all the equipment, Gene and Doug figured, and everything is in order. So I think right now it's getting everything on. If that changes, I'm sure.
Thank you. It's looking really great, guys. Had a lot of nice comments about it and everything too. As you guys know that we all visited in the last 3 days at Glenwood Ridge School. According to third graders chief, I need to get a ticket book from you and Gene, a key to the lights and the stoplights, because according to them, that's the mayor's job to take care of. So, yeah, if I can get one of those, I'll be in good shape according to them. So, Doug Smith, I want to personally thank you, and I know this council feels the same way, for what you've done this last year as far as helping us out to get to our goal of 155th Street. I know you fought hard for us. We appreciate it. And look forward to working with you for a long time. So from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate everything you did for us this year. Thank you.
Thanks, Doug.
Yeah. So, and just to say to the staff, everything, the city party was awesome last week. The cups that you handed out to everybody is very thoughtful. I think everybody enjoyed them. It's very nice. You guys did a great job of putting it on. And look forward. I know that this has been a tough year for Leslie, having to listen to me on all my questions, everything. And I know that I've learned a lot this first year. Got a lot to learn yet. And, you know, my phone is on 24/7 and anybody ever wants to get a hold of me, but I look forward to making this town a better place too. And again, with all you guys' help and teamwork, this town, we're going to keep moving forward, and I really appreciate it. So thank you, everybody. And that being said, I need a motion. I guess we don't have a.
No, we're
No.
not having an executive.
Sure, we can't have one.
We're not doing that tonight. No.
Okay. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. So thank you. Everybody, favor say aye.
Aye.
This Doug is gonna